What is up, guys? I think we are live right now. Okay. And we have Gaetano coming in as we speak. The game is underway. Gaetano, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming. Ooh, he's coming with treats too.
Merry Christmas.
Merry almost Christmas, right? But guys, we had to start it because the game is underway over here. Oh, and just as I'm saying this, Tammy Abraham goes in as a deflection. Oh my God. Just 50, as the game starts. Oh man.
50 seconds. How can
this is crazy.
What are they complaining about?
Roma get an early goal. There is some complaints, but it seems like it's given. Tammy Abraham opens up the scoring. Wow, that was probably the quickest goal of the season.
Oh,
Let's see what happened.
Right? It is
Zaniolo to Abraham.
Pass.
Great pass. Ooh, it looks like Jim City made a meal out of that. Let's see what he wanted. So Jim City's complaining that he's got his arm pulled, but I don't think that's enough to be taken away. Wow. That's crazy.
Let me see. Oh, he did touch him.
You think that's You think that's enough though?
He did touch him. It's very soft, and the goal is on.
Yeah, I don't think
I think the also the referee was right there, so he saw it.
Yeah, I don't think that's enough to be taken away. Wow, and just like that, Roma are off. Wow. I was gonna say your predictions. I was gonna say the lineups, but Mourinho beat me to the punch with that.
Okay,
Tammy Abraham beat me to the punch.
Let's see the lineups. Oh,
yeah.
What is the thing?
What do you need? Oh,
For the tactics.
I think it's in the back.
All right, okay. We get it.
Okay.
We get it in a few minutes.
Wow.
Hey, Mike, you
had
the coffee ready for me?
I had the coffee ready for you.
Oh, man.
When you said you were parking, I was like, let me start it for Gaetano.
Man, this is, hey, it doesn't get better than this.
A Michelin star rated.
I get here, coffee's ready, cookies are here.
Yeah.
They're coming. I don't know when, but the coffee and biscotti della nonna are coming.
Okay. I do wanna, since Roma put us by surprise, I do wanna say the starting lineups and everything. But before we do that, guys, we are watching this game in North America. Of course, premium sponsor is Paramount Plus. So if you are in the US, make sure you download the link down below. You get a free trial, so do not miss it. We got the holidays coming up, so you can give this as a great gift for anyone that watches, not even just Serie A, for Champions League. Who doesn't watch Champions League? Who doesn't watch the European games? So definitely do not miss the opportunity. Link in the description, top of the description, and get yours today. Okay.
So I was reading some of the comments from Mourinho.
Yeah.
And he said, we're going to Bergamo, which is the city where Atalanta plays.
Yep.
We're going there to win. So
far, he's keeping his word. And he did it pretty quickly.
But Roma scored the first less than a minute.
Pretty crazy.
So this is a long way to go. And Atalanta has plenty of time.
Yeah, that's a little. Best time to concede is early on. So let me start off with the lineups.
Should I get the?
Yeah, you can get in the meantime while I do this. Let me go with. I'll wait for you actually. Yeah, Roma's going with 3 in the back, just like Atalanta. Let me go to the lineups now, and then we can wait for Gaetano so I can start saying it. But the lineups are on the screen. Let me tell them. Let me say them for you guys. So Atalanta are playing their classic 3-man backline formation with seems like a 3-4-3 that they are pulling off. They're doing Musso, of course, the keeper, Toloi, Palomino, and Jim City. No Demiral, who was rumored to start, which I'm a little surprised with. The 4 in the middle, Deron, Freuler, Hateboer getting the start, and Petzela. And Pasalic behind Josip Ilicic and Duvan Zapata.
So it's probably a 3-4-1-1-2 as
closer to that.
Yeah, we're close to this one. So if you look at the blue ones on top,
Gaetano has a.
as the player develops, we see if there are any changes.
If it's true
and the movement that they do. I'm sure that when Roma goes forward, then when they defend, that will change. So as far as Roma is concerned, so Mourinho, you have the lineup for Roma?
Yeah, let me go to it now.
Mourinho played always with 4 in the back.
Yeah, you want me to read the lineups for you?
Yeah, but at one point he realized that
it's not working, right?
He needed more support for Abraham in the front.
Exactly.
Abraham was too
isolated. We've been saying it for so many streams.
Too isolated. So he decided Zaniolo.
That's a foul.
Well,
Roma get a foul right outside the box. Zaniolo's doing very good.
Zaniolo in the first 5 minutes of this game
has caused so many problems to Atalanta.
Oh, wow. He looks like a train that cannot stop. It's got no brakes. Yeah. He gave a nice heel pass to assist on the first goal. And now, man, when this guy takes off, you can't stop him. And now it's a foul from right outside the area. So let's see what happens. Oh, he cut his hair. Maybe that's what happened.
He's a little bit lighter, right?
Yes.
Or he can see the players better.
Yeah.
It was covering his vision the last time. We always told him to pass.
So we'll wait. We'll wait for this play to develop, and then we'll give you the lineup.
Yeah, that's good. You left the door open, Gaetano?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll open it.
Who's coming?
Ryan's going to actually come by.
Veretout, it looks like he's going to take it. He's the only one near the ball. He's right outside the area, maybe 6-7 yards.
Let's see. That might be a little too close, though, right? To bend it in?
No.
You think it could go? Direct?
Yeah, that's not too close.
Let's see. Unless he goes under the wall, but he has a man there. Veretout, goes over a little too high. Did not dip enough to be on target.
All right, so let's see the...
Okay. Let's see that. Okay. Let's... a yellow card from Zaniolo. Straight yellow. Zaniolo gets a lot of yellow cards. He's very scrappy.
You got a yellow card?
Yeah, he just fouled.
He's very aggressive defensively.
Tough. Yeah. Especially when he loses the ball, he wants it back, and that's hard. That's hard.
Yeah, that you don't need to get a yellow card.
That was unnecessary.
10 minutes into the game, the fullback has got the ball. You don't need to slide like that. You know.
So let's move on to Roma's lineup. Right here. We got on the screen. They're playing a 3-man back line. Rui Patricio, the keeper. Ibanez, Smalling, Mancini. The 5 in the middle. Vigna as the wing back and Karsdorp as the wing back. In the middle, we got Veretout, Cristante playing a little bit behind them, and Mkhitaryan. And, of course, the 2 playing up front, Tammy Abraham and Nicolo Zaniolo. Over here, Gaetano is setting it up right now.
So this is what Mourinho wants to do. He wants Vigna to go up. So then when he goes up, Karsdorp, when he goes up, that causes some kind of more support, and they can cross the ball from this side and from this side for Abraham, who's in the middle. And Zaniolo, of course, he doesn't start here. Zaniolo starts behind Abraham. But now, with Zaniolo a little bit more higher, with these 2 wing backs that go up and down, and then you of course you have Mickey Mkhitaryan that will go there. So you could see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a little bit more support for Abraham. And this worked out right away. 1 minute into the game, Zaniolo gave a nice assist, and they scored. It's a 1-0 game.
I mean, Gaetano, do you give any credit to Mourinho? Because we've seen like coaches like Conte, who's very stubborn. Even if he doesn't have the players accessible, he's always going to play a 3-man back line or whatever, stick to his guns. Mourinho, on the other hand, usually never plays a 3-man back line, and all of a sudden he started changing, trying to mend his team. Do you see him kind of changing up his philosophy? Maybe something hasn't been working and trying something new?
Well, every team is different, and you also have, he continues to say, listen, I don't have the players that the other teams have.
Yeah.
I only have 15 players. That's all I have. The other teams, they have 2 teams. So I have to do with those 14, 15 players, and he's got to do the best that he can and put them in a position where they can be best for the team. And like you said, you had talked about it before, that Abraham was too isolated, so that's what he thought about doing, and that's what coaches do. Coaches do that all the time. I mean, they need to evaluate their players. They need to evaluate what they have. It's not so much. I know. Let's say Conte plays he loves the 3-5-2, and whenever he goes to a team, if that's the way he wants to play, that's the kind of players that he demands.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you don't have, when he first started with Juventus, the first year, I remember, he started with the 4-4-2 because he did not have the players for the 3-5-2. And then eventually he bought the players that for the 3-5-2. So it all depends what kind of players you have. If you don't have those wing backs, then you can apply the 3-5-2. I mean, the wing backs, they have to play defense, they have to play midfield, and they got to play forward, and they got to go up and down. It's not it's not an easy task.
No, it's not enough. Atalanta won a penalty now.
There's not too many players that can do that. Quadrado has done it, and he has done it successfully.
Very successfully, yeah, for sure.
Those kind of players.
Before we go forward, a lot of people have been asking, you guys didn't give your predictions yet. That's true, we didn't. And there's already a goal up.
All right, so, we, like I said, from everything that I read, Mourinho went there to win the game. If I had to give a prediction before the game, I would think that Atalanta can win this game. They've been doing very well. They have a system of play. The system seems like whoever they play, it works. And that's the success that Gasperini's had with the way he plays and the players that he gets, and everybody. You either love Gasperini or you hate him, because he could be arrogant too at times. But it seems like the players that he has created, a group of players where they play together, they have a system, the system works, and it seems like they always, no matter who they play against, it could be a big team, it could be a small team, the system always works, and they're successful.
I think it's just his philosophy of what it comes down to.
And the philosophy. So, as far as the prediction, it's hard to give a prediction now because Roma is winning 1-0. I was going to go for Atalanta to win this game. So I will say Roma is going to get a point out of this game.
Whoa, okay. Wow. Even though Roma started this game off very, very well, I think Atalanta's playing at home. And I was going to pick Atalanta before, this game started. So I think I'm just going to stick to my guns. I think Atalanta 3-1.
Okay.
Is going to win this game. Gaetano, we were talking about Mourinho a little bit. He had a quote to Sky I believe it was yesterday. And he actually said there was a lot of people complaining about this. Mourinho said the difference between Gasperini and I is that he's been working at Atalanta for 6 years. I've been at Roma for 6 months. It's important not just because of the amount of training sessions, but also because of the 12 transfer markets compared to one. So a lot of people have been calling Mourinho a crybaby, making up excuses, all this stuff to save himself in case this game doesn't go his way. What do you think?
Okay, so Mourinho plays mind games, and like we said, he said, okay, I only have 14 players. I only have 15 players. The other teams, the top teams, they only have 21 players. They go to the bench. They look at the bench and they look at Vidal. They got great players sitting on the bench which they can use. I don't have that. So what Mourinho does is he tries, and he does this well. He tries to put the pressure a lot of the times after the game, the pressure on him and not on the players. Even though since he's been in Rome at the beginning, he did put a lot of the fault on him and trying not to have the pressure on the players. But lately, he has said many times, hey, these players, after the 14, 15 players, I got nobody else, which is not that good for the rest of the team. He has given some of the fault, or some of these players that they are Serie B players. Some of these players
players.
They don't belong here. So he has said that,
which is harsh.
Which is harsh on the team. But in the past, and in the beginning of his days in Rome, he tries to put the pressure on him and try not to put the pressure on the players. But I guess at times he does have to tell the players, hey, you need to perform better.
Maybe as a different, he's changing up, just like he's changing up his formations. Maybe he's changing up the way he speaks.
Yeah.
Francesco said, I actually agree with Mourinho on this one. It isn't mind games. He had less time to influence his team than Gasperini. I was like, yeah, but that's obvious at the end of the day.
Right.
So
the two go back a while. When Mourinho left after the tripleta, after a year, Gasperini went to Inter, but he didn't last too long there. So Mourinho went, after he left Inter, he went all over Europe, and he won many trophies. Gasperini kind of, stayed, and he went through a few teams. I think he was in Genoa.
He was. You're right. He swapped around to mid-table teams.
Right. And he did not do too well. And then finally now he's been at Atalanta for 6 years. And
the most successful manager.
And this is the
history.
This is the best start.
Oh, Zaniolo!
Of the history.
In the box. Zaniolo's in the box. Shoots. Not enough. That was Zaniolo, look, the most dangerous player on the field today.
So I see that Zaniolo, this is the third time he's going down and he's going straight down the middle.
Yeah, he stopped going on the sides now because he's playing more central.
Central. Right behind Abraham. So now he's been there 6 years, and this is the best start in history for Atalanta. And one thing about Atalanta is I don't think we have seen the best Ilic yet. And Muriel. I mean, Muriel usually in the past, he comes in, he scores a goal, is one of the most, it could be offside, a nice ball. Yeah, it was offside. Muriel has always done a very good job.
Especially coming off the bench.
I think
his goal ratio, goal to minute ratio is incredible.
It's very, very good. So Atalanta, the best start in history, and still we haven't seen the best. Muriel, Ilic, and also Gosens is out.
Gosens is still out. Even
right?
Hatabor's still rusty from his injury, so he's not 100%.
And Gosens, he scores, even though he scores goals too.
Oh, yeah, as a wing back of 100%. So when this team really is fully fit, Gaetano, what a shot!
Shot from outside.
Is that a save from Jim City, a center back.
I don't know if he touched it.
But Gaetano, do you think it's too soon?
Oh wow, the goalie touched it. That was some save.
So that was a save.
Yeah.
Great shot by Jim City.
So we're definitely going to see more goals in this game. Stay tuned because there's going to be a lot more goals.
Yeah, I think so for sure. But do you think it's crazy to say that Atalanta will be fighting for the Scudetto, especially since they're absent in the Champions League now?
No, it's not crazy. Atalanta is fighting it. They're only 3 points from the top. Like we said, Ilic, we still haven't seen the best. Muriel, we haven't seen the best. Gosens is out. He could come back. And they're very close to the top. I think they are the team... the team that is going to give Inter the hardest time.
But what's different from last season? Because we said the same thing about Atalanta last season.
This
is the Champions League absence.
This is the best start. They have won the last 6 games away, if I'm not mistaken. They got 6 wins already. So there's a
Atalanta.
Whoa. Atalanta's putting a lot of pressure.
Corner, and they get a corner.
Atalanta's putting a lot of pressure.
Atalanta's awarded a corner for that.
Yeah. So the
a free header.
Uh-oh.
Atalanta want a handball. They will be checking VAR if they think it is something.
So now
let's see what happened.
Yeah, I don't see what happened, but it looks like
they're showing the replay.
He hit it in the head. Oh no, there's nothing.
Not a handball. No.
There's nothing. So there was a little push on this corner kick, and the referee is not going to call it because on the first goal there was a little push too, and he didn't call it. So
yeah, I don't think that's enough. They are checking VAR, which is still good regardless. It's good. It's good to check, but I don't think it's going to be there. Yeah, I agree with you, Gaetano. I don't think they're going to give it. Definitely not enough. Nope. Continue. The game goes on. 23rd minute. Roma are up 1-0 in Bergamo. Hateboer hits it. Not enough. Ilicic with the ball in the box. Sends it in. Pasalic. Not enough.
It's all Atalanta. I mean, Roma cannot come out of the area.
Look at Roma's counter. Oh, that's a foul. Yeah, Zaniolo fouled. Zaniolo causing so much trouble to Atalanta.
This is what makes some of the coaches also unpredictable because they come up always with something. They invent. Sometimes they invent. I remember Mourinho with Inter. He went to play. I believe he played against Chelsea. Chelsea at that time was very, very good team. They hadn't lost like, oh, what a ball. Oh,
a little too far. Wow.
You need to give a better pass there. It would have gone, Mickey would have gone one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
But they are dangerous on the counter-attack.
Very, very dangerous on the counter-attack with Zaniolo, Abraham, and now Mickey.
We actually have a donation from JJ Max. He said, quality games for Coppa Italia this year. What are your guys' thoughts? So I'm going to read the round of 16 matchups for the Coppa Italia, and we can go from there. While I'm saying that, Ryan is coming up for the stream. What is up, Ryan? I don't know if you expected this, but Roma scored in the first minute.
What am I missing?
Roma got the early goal, scored in the first minute, so caught us by surprise since they did it that early.
How's everybody doing?
But Ryan, thanks for coming. I was just going to say the Coppa Italia, the round of 16, they're all announced, the matchups. So I'm just going to say, and let me know what you guys think of the matchups. It's going to be Juventus Sampdoria, play the winner of Cagliari Sassuolo. Then Napoli play Fiorentina, and the winner plays Atalanta or Venezia. And on the other side, Milan play Genoa, who they played recently, play the winner of Lazio versus Udinese. And then Roma play Lecce, who play the winner of Inter or Empoli.
This is Coppa Italia?
This is Coppa Italia. The round is 16.
So Inter Milan on one side.
Yes, Inter Milan on one side of the bracket.
And then the other side, Juventus.
Juve, Napoli, Atalanta are the stronger ones there.
And Fiorentina could sneak through too. So
That's
Fiorentina
true.
could be a surprise there. And Fiorentina, who will play? They will play Atalanta if they beat Napoli.
Fiorentina will play Atalanta.
So I would say Fiorentina, Juventus on the other side.
Wow, you think they're going to pull upset against Napoli? They could?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so far Napoli's got
to
to find some
have
stability.
to play Atalanta, right?
Then Fiorentina would have to play Atalanta.
Yeah, I think
That's
they will
tough.
go through the first, but Atalanta,
That's hard.
even though they beat Atalanta, I think, this year.
Did they beat? I think
Yeah.
you might be right. Yeah, I think
they
you're right.
beat
In the
him.
beginning of the season.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Roma
Roma with another counter
Come on, give it, yes.
Zaniolo with the ball. Shoots!
Oh!
0! Just like that,
Whoa.
we're up 2-0.
And-
In the
Zaniolo.
27th
And
minute.
Zaniolo hasn't scored
man.
in 100, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, don't quote me on this. I think 189 days.
That's crazy. Wow.
So, Mike, I think he hasn't scored in 6 months.
I gotta check.
And but we were saying how dangerous Roma was in the counterattack. I mean, it's another heel pass by Zaniolo.
But look at the
He's
defense
on
from
too,
Atalanta. Non-existent.
Ah,
Non-existent.
poor defense by. Look at this
Very
heel
bad.
pass, and then he goes back. Who's this 19?
It's Jim City.
Yeah,
Jim City.
very.
But then
poor.
again, see, we've always talked about how good Atalanta are, but we always talked about how susceptible they are on the counterattack and how their weakness is that defense. They sacrifice for scoring so many goals. They sacrifice with that defense that they had. It's not as good. And, they don't think about defense. They think about attack first.
Right. And I was reading all the comments from some of the best coaches and the best players that play the game. So I'm talking about Sacchi, Capello, Bergomi, and they all had Atalanta in this game. So you see the beauty of this game. The best players and coaches that play this game, they all had Atalanta winning this game, and Roma is winning 2-0.
It's pretty crazy.
And what I was saying before about Mourinho is that some of these coaches, they always have something. They invent always something. That's why they're so good. With Inter, I believe was the year of the tripleta. He went to play against Chelsea, and he found out that Chelsea never loses at home. Never. So he goes, I'm going to lose this game. So why don't I just go and pressure them as much as I can,
I try to get something out of it.
attack them as much as I can. I'm going to lose anyway,
Yeah,
right?
might as well try something.
Everybody
Yeah.
that goes there, what do? They defend
And they
lose.
Yeah.
So why don't I just go there, put pressure on them, I attack them, and see what happens? Well, he won the game
Wow.
against Chelsea.
That's crazy.
So I remember that. So this is
Wow.
and
Something
this
to
is
think about.
right. And this is
For
the
sure.
same thing with Atalanta. I mean,
Everyone's counting out Roma for
right.
this game.
Everybody's got Roma
exactly.
count out. Everybody's okay. So I can see. So if you look right now at the way Roma is playing, Zaniolo is here because usually Zaniolo starts from here, but right now Zaniolo is here and Abraham is here.
Yeah.
And this is something that Mourinho has been looking at, and something that he tried. So he's playing with 3 defenders. He never plays with 3. So he started playing with 3. He's got this guy going up, this guy, and Zaniolo in the middle. Zaniolo hasn't scored in 6 months, if you could find out. And Zaniolo scored, Abraham scored, and they going through the middle like nothing.
It's
These
crazy.
are the fullbacks, no?
Yeah, these are the 2 wing backs.
Yeah,
So
the
they,
wing backs.
when they defend, they defend with 5, and when they attack,
Right.
so that Abraham has a little bit more support. So he's got this guy, and then he's got one of the midfielders, which could be Mkhitaryan. We saw him before. He came back, and Mkhitaryan went here. If he gives him the ball, he goes one-on-one with the keeper. But the ball was too...
Now, I just have a question for the both of you. Speaking of Tammy Abraham, what do you guys think of his performance so far this season?
I like him. I like him a lot.
Yeah?
I liked him in the beginning, but I feel like he did dip off a little bit. He was more promising. I expect a little bit more from him as a striker in terms of scoring capabilities. He's pretty good at like holding the ball, build up play, and he's not just a striker that stays in the box. He helps up with the team. But in terms of scoring, I want to see more from that. But it's his first season in Serie A.
Do you feel that he needs more time?
I definitely think he needs more time. It's very hard to... Even Lukaku, his first season, he was very good, obviously. But the second season he was in, he was incredible. He was probably one of the most informed strikers in the world.
What Mourinho said is the way he was playing before, Abraham was by himself.
Right.
He had no support.
Right.
So now that's why he put this guy next to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got these 2 guys, and then he's got Mickey. So now he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 supporting him. And I agree, because we saw some of the games of Roma, and Abraham was by himself.
Right.
He got the ball. He's got 4 defenders. What is he going to do? He can do nothing.
For sure. A question from Game Mans. He said, question for Gaetano. Hypothetically, if Inzaghi and Conte was available and Juve had to choose one for next season, who would you take for Juve? Before you say that, I just want to say some stats, because Inter got a huge win versus Salernitana. Was it 4-5-0? I forgot.
Yeah, 5-0.
Was it 5 goals? So the same time this part of the season last year, Inzaghi has 2 more points than Conte already. Wow. So it shows, and Inzaghi's playing style is, a lot of people are saying, much more enjoyable to watch. Bastoni also had a little quote about this. Let me say, he said, "Do we have fun on the pitch? Yes, Inzaghi has given us freedom that allows us to remember that football is a game, except when you lose." He said Conte would drop back in defense, lowering the team's entire position. Inzaghi, on the other hand, stepped us up on the pressing. We do less counterattacks. So it goes to show what the different kinds of football that both the managers play. But
so Conte has won 3 championships in a row with Juventus. Yeah. Too long.
Yeah.
And then he went to Chelsea and he won another championship with Chelsea. Where's Inzaghi won? So until Inzaghi shows me that he can win 4 or 5 campionato, I'll go with Conte. I'll take my chances with Conte.
Are you happy with what you're seing with Inzaghi, though, in terms of the style and all that stuff?
I think Inzaghi is doing a good job.
Okay.
But the foundation of the team, Muriel is going in already.
Wow.
That was a defender, right?
Yeah, Jim City, a center back, coming off for Luis Muriel. And Atalanta do have to score 3 goals if they want to get a win out of it. Only 34th minute, still plenty of time, but 3 goals is a lot.
So this is when was the last time you saw somebody get substituted in the first half? Almost never. So
almost
this
never,
is
exactly.
Some of these coaches. Gasperini is one of the innovators too. He sees you. I'm down to nothing.
Might as well try something.
Whatever his name is.
Jim City.
Jim City. He did a very bad job on Zaniolo. Hey, get out.
Yeah, but you know what, Gaetano? The way I look at it, some of these managers wait too long.
Yeah.
If you see there's an issue, you fix it right away.
Yeah, you're down to nothing. Why not? If you get a goal by the end of the first half, you're back into the game.
Right, 100%.
So that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get a goal. If you make it 2-1,
it changes everything.
Yeah, of course. So
yeah, but Mike, going back to that question too about Conte and Inzaghi, I think another big factor here you got to think about is, Inter playing top football right now at the moment, and in my opinion, I think they're going to end up winning the Scudetto this year. But putting that aside, who do you give credit right now to? Do you give the credit to Conte for this team that he left behind, or do you give credit to Inzaghi? Nothing really. I mean, Lukaku had left, but he brought in Dzeko. Hakimi had left, he brought in Dumfries. But the back the same. The midfield's been the same.
Pretty much the same.
I mean,
Hakan, except
who do you give credit to there? That's another question.
So I definitely don't think it's only one manager gets 100% of the credit, because Conte definitely did a very hard part of the job from building this foundation and building the mentality. So it's not like Conte left him with no squad. He still left the essence of the fighting, winning Scudetto mentality that he went. And now I feel like Inzaghi's almost furthering that and making them play a little to his style, because they still play the three-man backline.
The foundation of the team is from Conte.
His ideology.
The skeleton of the team is still from Conte.
100%.
What Inzaghi did, and he did well, is he made a couple of changes, and he gave him, like, the players might be a little bit happier because they got a little bit more freedom. So they play a little bit. So that's what Inzaghi brought to the team. But I think the hardest thing was how many years had Inter not won anything? More than 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Conte went there and he won. Okay? So you got to give a lot of respect to Conte. The thing that I criticize about Conte is that he quits. Why didn't you stay at Inter? Okay, so you lost Lukaku, you lost Hakimi, but you got Dzeko, you got Dumfries, you still had Darmian, which was doing a great job. I think Darmian was...
He transformed that player.
He transformed some of the players.
And Perisic too.
So Perisic too, he did a great job. So, okay, you lost... the big loss was Lukaku. But you got Dzeko, which is somebody that in Serie A scores a lot of goals.
And stat-wise this season, he's doing incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So, he shouldn't...
in the box?
I'm disappointed that he quits. He quit also on Juventus after he won 3 Scudetto in a row because I didn't buy him the right player for him. He left too. And then, if he would have stayed, I believe then that Higuain... they bought Higuain, which was a great center forward. He wanted a center forward at that point that they want to buy him. Then they bought. So that's my criticism about Conte. But he is definitely, when he goes there and he goes to a team, I don't know how is he doing it with Tottenham. I haven't followed him.
Tottenham were pretty much out of the top 4 race before Conte entered the team. Now they're right back in it. They're a couple points behind top 4.
Wow.
Yeah, they're 7 plays.
He's unbelievable.
So they're definitely happy with him so far.
He's been getting the results. I don't know as far as the football. I don't think Conte's as happy right now with the way they're playing. But all that matters is they've been getting the 3 points. Now, speaking of Conte too, Reguilón, the left back for Spurs, said that the hardest time so far for him has been the first 2 weeks under Conte with the training. He said what Conte pushed them through.
Oh man, he kills you. I've been to his training. He kills you. He with 100-degree weather, he kills you.
I was actually watching something I wanted to add quick. I don't know if you guys saw the All or Nothing from Amazon for the Juventus. I remember the Juve players were training, and I think the assistant at the time, Tudor for Pirlo, was like, Pirlo, they're tired. You're tired. It was like, tired? You think that's something? I was like, if Conte was here, they would have been dead already. You said something crazy like that.
I saw them practice under Conte Juventus.
I remember you said first time.
He will kill you.
You felt bad for the players watching them.
Oh my God, the players! Oh wow. That hurts.
Ooh.
He fell on top of his leg and his leg was extended. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, but Gaetano, you and Marco have both told us too about that training session in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. It was like 100. It was a record temperature, 110 degrees. I was tired just watching. And these guys that were running like nonstop. Crazy. At one point, one of the players, which was Matri, he fell down. He fell down to the floor. He
almost collapsed. He collapsed.
Yeah. He collapsed from the heat. And so at that point, all the players figured, okay, we're gonna stop. Because we don't stop. Let's keep going. And some of the players were complaining. and some of the players were screaming that they couldn't take it anymore. He didn't hear it.
Wow.
And the thing is that after the training was over, he got all the assistant coaches and him, and they started running.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I respect the way he wants to do things, but at the same time, I think that's a little too much. You know.
What's the story with Keane at Tottenham? Is he gone after the year?
Well, I mean, they had just mentioned that this morning. I was reading something. I believe Fabrizio Romano had posted it. Antonio Conte was asked about Harry Kane, and he said, as of right now, I'm the one that's training Harry Kane. He's a world-class striker. He's a Tottenham player. So I don't think they have any interest in getting rid of him. But if he does decide that he wants to force a transfer, force a way out, there's going to be a lot of teams looking at him. And
well, he's going to get over 100 million, so they will have 100 million to get another striker.
Correct. But then again, I mean, you know, is it going to be a striker that's going to live up to the potential of Harry Kane? I mean, Harry Kane's been consistent in the Premier League all these years.
Okay,
you know?
Okay, but they haven't won anything.
That's the problem, and that's where the frustration kicks in for Harry Kane. I mean, he wants to retire and say that he's accomplished something. He's won trophies, but you know. Would you take him into Serie A?
Oh, in a heartbeat.
He's too expensive. I don't think anyone could afford
him.
Who
can afford him right now?
Well, Juventus is looking at getting a couple of forwards.
Yeah, not him. Icardi is someone that's on their list. Scamacca is someone they're looking at.
Scamacca.
I think the best bet right now.
Icardi and Martial.
Martial, yeah, Martial.
It's Holland.
Martial, how much would Martial go for?
Who?
Martial for Man.
Martial probably let him go cheap enough. I mean, he hasn't been playing. He hasn't lived up to the potential.
Listen, they want
40 million at max.
So they want Vlahovic. That's what they want. But
Vlahovic
is going to cost 100 million.
He's too expensive. I don't think they're going to be able to afford them.
Then again, we had this conversation many times, though, Gaetano, about Vlahovic. Listen, the guy's been amazing so far in the Serie A over the last couple of years. But if he goes to a bigger club, in the likes of Juventus, Milan, Inter, wherever he ends up, is he gonna live up to that hype? Is he you know? Because remember one thing. Yeah, but I will say one thing with a lot of these young talents.
Yeah.
Once there's pressure, and I mean pressure from the fans, from the organization, from the media.
Yeah.
It could ruin their confidence. It could ruin their performances.
True. Yeah.
So.
But you never know with that. It's always going to be a risk at the end of the day. Yeah, He's doing good now with Fiorentina, but you just never know.
But that's one perspective of it. But then I look at it in another way. It's what he's doing with Fiorentina is incredible. Think if he was playing for a Milan or Juve, what he could be achieving.
That's true.
So
yeah, you're right. Right now, Vlahovic and Gaetano, I think, called it before anyone, even the scouts, how good he was. But he just seems like a killer. Like, you're confident when he has the ball, you know?
I think he's hungry, and he has pressure this year because if he misses a couple of goals, you know, the fans are going to get on him because he wants to leave.
Yeah.
So when you want to leave, the fans start booing you. They start criticizing you.
Right.
Cross from...
Ilicic. Not enough.
Man, Atalanta is putting so much pressure on Roma.
Defending pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
Even Abraham is playing fullback.
The way they're playing, I can't even see Atalanta scoring one. Roma's playing very well defensively.
Oh, no. Don't count Atalanta.
I know, it's true, but...
Atalanta this year...
Oh, and Zaniolo with the counter-attack. The most dangerous guy
they haven't been the
so
same.
far of the day.
Listen, this Zaniolo's position, I like it for the national team.
As a striker?
Yeah.
Ooh, Gaetano's thinking of something. You gotta
why not?
Mancini.
Why not?
I'm not opposed to it.
He's very, very dangerous. Every time he gets the ball, he's dangerous. He's very close to the goal. He gets the ball. He's close to the goal. He goes inside the area. You could get a penalty. You could get a shot, which he did, and he scored.
The only thing with this is...
we don't have anybody that's dangerous in the national team.
He needs to do this day in and day out. We got to see more of this. Because there's been a lot of games he's been very invisible. No, it's 100%. The first 45 minutes, he's been the best. He's been a perfect rating, I think. But it's all about doing it. Zapata versus Smalling. Okay. Let's see.
Nice game, nice rhythm.
Yeah, very entertaining. Very
very
back and forth.
entertaining game.
We expected this though, I think.
Man, right? Atalanta is pushing, and every time they lose the ball, then Roma is ready for the counter attack.
Whoa! It's in the net. Murillo.
Just as I was saying, Roma was defending so well.
They're back in it.
Just one shot.
45 and almost 46
Wow.
minutes. 2 minutes to go in the halftime, and Atalanta gets the goal. And who gets the goal? Muriel, who came in the 33rd minute.
It was a deflection,
He came in at the 33rd minute, and Gasperini comes big.
Wow.
What a substitution. What they were pressing.
Right before the half, this is huge for Atalanta.
Well, that's what we
a big
said.
goal. That's a big goal.
If you get a goal before the
changes
half,
everything.
you back into the game, and now it's going to be a very entertainment second half.
And sometimes, if the ball doesn't look like it's going, sometimes you just have to shoot. And sometimes you get a little lucky,
Right.
and things go your way.
Yeah. It was
Wow.
deflection, but it counts.
JG Maxi said, I saw the comment on a post, but would you guys consider Bastoni as a potential left back? I don't know.
Back for who?
I guess for the Nazionale, I'm assuming he means. I don't know, man. I like
No,
Bastoni
no.
as a center. Even though he
No,
comes
no.
up a lot, he sends
No.
in crosses too sometimes.
No, Bastoni is
He's
a center.
He's like a left center back, but I don't think I wouldn't change his capability. Because at the end of the day, if you have someone like Spinazzola,
Yeah,
why would you do that?
Also, he's big, he's tall. You need him in the middle for the
headers.
For the headers.
Yeah. And
If
Emanuele said he has no pace, which is true too. He's not a quick player, so you might be
That's a
beat
good-
for the counterattack.
That's a good point.
Yeah, good
Very
point,
good
Emanuele.
point. Who was that? Who said that?
Emanuele.
Emanuele, that's a good point.
It is.
I was thinking the same
You
thing.
can't be really slow as a fullback. Ooh, look how strong Zapata is.
Man, if they get another
Edge of the
one, forget
box.
about it.
That would be crazy, right?
Oh my God.
Roma better go to the halftime with the lead, because otherwise,
It could be trouble.
He's
Wow.
looking for a penalty.
There's
here.
like three guys. They get awarded a corner.
That's
But I don't
nothing,
think
man.
it's enough for a penalty.
That's
Nah.
nothing. That's
Yeah,
nothing.
Zapata was asking for it, but I don't think
That's
it's
nothing.
enough. Yeah, Mauro Bastoni does have good feet for a defender, but I think he's good where he's at, and he's gonna be the next center back for the years to come for the Azzurri. He's 22 years old. This guy won a Scudetto already. He's leading, the defense. He's incredible. He's incredible as a kid. So keep him. You don't have to change.
Cristante.
Yeah, head off Cristante. You can't really fault him, but it happens sometimes. But Gasperini definitely got some energy from that. So that's huge for them.
Good
Mourinho.
job by Mourinho winning 2-0. Good job by Gasperini getting that goal before the halftime. Nice game for the second half.
Wow.
Beautiful
okay.
game.
So a lot of unexpected stuff, I think. I don't think we would have seen. We wouldn't even think Roma would be up, and nonetheless 3 goals in the first half.
What were your predictions, by the way? I know I missed that part. Did
We
you
said
give
it
a
after.
prediction?
We gave it after the
Roma goal?
After the Roma
Yeah,
goal.
it
'Cause
was,
happened so quickly.
So it doesn't count then.
So it was
Pretty much
already 50 seconds and Roma scored. So all the predictions from all the big coaches and players, they had Atalanta winning this game.
Wow.
I gave my prediction after it was 1-0, and I think it's going to be a tie.
You said tie?
A tie. I think
What about you,
I
Mike?
think Roma is going to get a point.
My thing's already wrong. I said 3-1 for Atalanta in terms of the score. So
Well, that's too late now.
Too late now. Roma scored two goals. So
I do. I mean, if you would have asked me before kickoff, I would have gave a draw as well. It's Gaetano. I would have said a tie.
why? What would have made you say that? They are playing in
So,
at Atalanta.
Atalanta, they haven't been in the best form this year. I mean, I'm talking based off Champions League as well. But I see the way I've seen them play in the
I don't
Champions
know, they've
League. I
been
wasn't
playing
really the
good.
biggest fan of their performance.
Against Villarreal, yeah, I
And
could say that. Both of them, they've been playing
I've
good.
given
I think.
Atalanta a ton of credit what Gasperini has done with this team many times, I've said it over and over again. It's incredible. Yeah. But this year, it's not the same Atalanta that we've seen in the last few years. Man. That's my opinion.
In the beginning, they were a little sloppy, but I think they got the results they needed and they showed what team they were.
Milan, Juve, when they faced Atalanta, it was always, man, the fear's there because they could take a point from us, an important point. Right now, I don't think there's much fear in these teams going up against Atalanta.
No, Atalanta just beat Juve. They've been getting results against the big teams.
You're talking about a Juve that's in 7th place right now. A Juve that's not the same, Mike.
Let me tell you the results against the bigger teams.
I think Roma's never beaten a top 5 team.
Yeah, I think it carries from
Roma's always been a team to struggle. You've said that many times, even when Fonseca was the coach.
Yeah, they haven't beaten a team in the top 5, but... we're gonna hear the comments from Ade.
I think they're gonna be on for the halftime.
All right,
they beat Napoli 3-2. Also, they beat Juve 1-0. They did lose to Milan 3-2. The great performance against Manchester United, which I think they deserve more from.
But I noticed with Atalanta, without Demiral playing against Manchester United, they weren't the same in the back.
That's true, too. Demiral brings a lot of...
Demiral's aggressive, dude. He's aggressive.
That defensive composure I feel like they need. And whenever he doesn't play...
I've always been a fan of Demiral, even when he was at Juve. I remember asking Marco, where did he get him from? And I know he came from Sassuolo, I believe. Was it Sassuolo?
Demiral? Yeah, from Sassuolo.
Great defender. I love how aggressive he is, and but listen, Atalanta for me, from their playing style so far this year, I haven't been the biggest fan of them. I'll be honest.
Okay, that's fair. They also tied with Inter this season. I mean, it's not like Atalanta. Atalanta had some very strong games. It was just in the beginning they lacked a little bit. But we do have Mike Grella. We got Mark over here. We're going to put on the volume. See what they say. Think about the first half. Let's see. They're showing the highlights first, so they're not going to talk about it yet. But let's see.
Oh, wow. Abraham.
Tammy scored the 3rd fastest goal of the season, Marco said.
I missed that goal. What a play.
Wow. And that was only the 3rd fastest goal. Can you imagine? 58 seconds.
Wow. Watch this little flick.
Look at that. Great flick from Zaniolo.
Beautiful play.
Then Zaniolo gets it back and ends up making it 2-0.
Yeah, but Gaetano, he knew he was there. Yeah. I mean, he knew right away.
That was incredible.
He was doing with that ball.
Beautiful football.
Beautiful touch.
Wow. Yeah, but good stuff. Good stuff from Roma. Very few of us expected this. But yeah.
So
yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
No, go.
I wanted to, I haven't seen. I know I've seen you, Mike, but I haven't seen Gaetano in a while. I've been pretty busy. So Gaetano, I just want to ask you a quick question. I know it's not Serie A related, but based off Ballon d'Or, what'd you think of the decision to give Messi?
That was a terrible decision. Terrible decision.
Who do you think deserved it?
I think Lewandowski.
Fair enough.
Lewandowski, definitely. I mean, the guy is always the top scorer in Europe, and then for Bayern is one of the top scorer. I think he deserved it before Messi.
I think if Messi was such a good guy, he would have handed him the trophy. He would have said, Robert, come here. This is for you, my friend.
Faisal, you deserve this.
That would never happen.
They all like me, but I'll give it to you.
That's good, right?
Yeah, that was terrible decision.
Oh,
I don't know, between UEFA and FIFA, they made it some strange decision, and sometimes I don't understand what happened with the drawing on the UEFA. What a disaster!
I think every Serie A fan would be upset with that. But you had a great draw.
Yeah, but how can you they make mistakes? I don't know. So terrible job by UEFA. They need to do better.
No, 100%. With that. But guys, it is halftime, and we've received so many comments. If you guys follow us on social media, if you don't already, guys, definitely check it out. We post amazing stuff there. But we did post, it's another weekend, so Paramount made another amazing clip. Gaetano, I did send it in the group about Roma this week.
Oh, that was beautiful.
So they've been making some incredible cinematic pieces of art, and about a minute long, and I've been watching all of them so many times because they've been doing such a great job. They really capture, I think, the feeling of all the cities that they've been doing. But there is Roma this time, like I said before. So I want to put it up on the screen for you and let us know what you guys think. Gonna put it on now, and we'll see you guys in a bit.
It's great.
An eternal truth. All roads lead to Rome. 28 centuries of history, of empires and republics, of marble and magic, of idols and icons, the capital of the world. When in Rome, the gospel of the game is preached by the Giallorossi faithful, who worship their gladiators at the Stadio Olimpico, their very own Colosseum. From the banks of the Tiber, where the she-wolf nurtured their souls, you can hear their songs echo through the eternal city. For Roma is Rome. Painted yellow like the sun, red like their hearts. They were born great, and great they will remain. Roma, 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 heart of the city.
But guys, that was the video. Hope you guys liked it. Ryan's been asking for it. I gotta send it to him so he can listen to it after. But I think they do a great job. But regardless, guys, we got the link in the description to check it out. You get a trial on it, so make sure you use the link, and so you don't miss these amazing matches. You never expect what to happen. Who would expect a Roma to be up 2-1 at this time? But Marco is talking. I want to hear what he says about the first half. I'm gonna put up the volume. Oh, they're talking about Bologna Juventus right now for the later game. This will be big for Juve too. Juventus, Bologna, especially if Atalanta drop points.
Juventus is going to win today.
Oh, wow.
You have Bologna winning, you said?
No, Juventus.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Juventus today is going to win.
Okay.
What do you think's going to happen there, Mike?
Juve's probably going to
give an early prediction for everybody. I want to hear it.
I put Juve taking this 2-0. But Mihailovic's tricky, man.
2-0 who? You're running from the...
Juve.
There we go.
Mihailovic is a tricky little guy, though. He does he pulls up some tricks up his sleeve sometimes and knows what to do. Right. So you never know, especially in this crazy season, man. I feel bad for everyone that's betting because I'm sure they're losing all their bets with all the stuff going on. But I am getting a lot of comments that I've been avoiding. Everyone asking, what happened? Mike, what's up with Manolas? What happened? He left Napoli.
He's gone.
So he is gone. He ended up going back to Olympiacos in Greece with Napoli, the second most expensive signing in Napoli's history. Cost more than Maradona, and he did not live up to the expectations, unfortunately. He was plagued with a lot of injuries, couldn't really string back-to-back matches, and did not look convincing at all. So I think they just cut their losses and realized that it wasn't best. And Manolas, man, he didn't really look convincing whenever he played. He never really looked motivated and stuff like that. He's back. He's back in his country, and let's see what they do. They are playing Atalanta in the Europa League, so I'm sure Olympiacos are happy they got another reinforcement in the defense to play against them. But I don't know. We'll see if he stays healthy in Greece or if he's going to continue like he was at Napoli, because he was always having back problems and a bunch of other injuries and stuff like that. But let's see. Best of luck to him.
Manolad had a lot of potential, man, playing for Roma.
He did, man.
For Roma, he
at Roma, he was
going.
When he was at Olympiacos and went for Roma, I think he was sold for like 30 million or something like that. I was very big on him because he was so hungry. He was very physical. He was very aggressive. He was a quick center back.
We can't ever forget that goal against Barca.
Against Barca. I think that's gonna be the highlight of his 100%. Career. That goal against Barcelona.
I remember too. There was a rumor and it was a confirmed rumor to Manchester United. They had serious interest in him, but I think they ended up signing Lindelof at the time.
there was a lot of Premier League interest for him too. But it's a shame, man, when a player doesn't really fulfill its potential.
Yeah, I know. Well,
but that's football. That's football.
I want to ask a quick question to everybody watching.
Yeah.
The transfer market's opening up right now.
Yeah.
I want you to comment your team and the transfer that you want to see happen for your team.
Oh.
I want to see who you want your director of football to go out and sign come January. And, there's a lot of guys that are looking to leave. There's a lot of guys running out on contracts.
Yeah.
And there's also a release clause to trigger in June for Erling Haaland for £6-8 million. And I think a lot of teams are going to be triggering that release clause. It's just a matter of who Viola's going to choose, not Haaland.
Exactly. No, it's true.
So,
but Ryan, give us your first thing since you're bringing up that question. Start off. You're a Manchester United fan. Who do you need help with? What position and what players do you think would fit that bill?
So right now, Manchester United, they got new management and Ralph Rangnick, and I think it's going to work out.
What do you think about him, by the way?
I think so far he showed positive signs. I like the way they press. They're pressing more. They're not looking to defend and then counter, which is what Ole was playing. He was playing that counter-attack football.
Yeah.
So I like what I see. I like that they're holding the ball more ball possession. But for me, I think we're missing a midfielder right now. We're missing a holding midfielder. So I would like to see United sign a decent holding midfielder. I've got a few names in mind. Would you like me to name one?
I feel like I know what you're going to say. You're going to say Frank the Tank?
Who?
Kessie for Milan?
Well, he's one of them on my list, but he's not the top of my list.
Okay, who's top?
Kessie, I would say third for me. Number one, I'm looking at Declan Rice, only because I don't know if you're too familiar with him. He's a West Ham player.
Yeah, I seen
Declan Rice has been very consistent, but my problem with Declan Rice right now is way overpriced. West Ham won $100 million for a guy that hasn't really proven himself. I mean, $100 million for Declan Rice.
Declan Rice, this guy that.
This goes back, and I will say, and I've said it before on a podcast.
Who's this guy?
From West Ham. West Ham's asking
for you not to know who he is.
But the other guy, Grealish, right?
Yeah,
the guy that
$100 million.
I think that was absurd.
I mean, if you compare him to Vlahovic,
it was absurd.
If you compare,
well, he's a different position. He's not a striker, Grealish. Grealish is a winger. Winger, he can play.
You got to score goals. The more goals you score, the more your price.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't banging
He
in
played 5
goals.
Minutes for England national team,
right?
And it doesn't score goals. Or if you score goals like Vlahovic,
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you. What I will say is he's in a completely different position. I mean, you don't expect the guy to score the amount of goals that Vlahovic scores. He's not a striker. He's a winger. He could play an attacking mid position. He could play the center mid position. The thing about Grealish, though, is, like I've said before, English players are overpriced in my opinion. Some of them are overrated, I would say. Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire is a good example. I've been so frustrated with that guy that I think it's time to strip the captaincy off him.
Crazy.
I don't understand. $90 million for a guy that just been pure pathetic in the back. So,
wow. I want to read some teams that want some players, but before I say that, Ricardo actually said, "Is it just me or does Gaetano look like Mourinho a little bit today?"
What's up, Jose?
Gaetano, Jose. He's looking a little Portuguese.
So, by the way, is it Jose or
Jose?
No, Jose. That's how they pronounce Jose.
Portugal, that's how they pronounce it.
But I would have to cut my hair. So they asked Mourinho once, what happened with your haircut? And he blamed the the barber. He said he screwed up. he showed up like a Marine.
Oh, man.
Funny.
So probably if I cut my hair like him.
That's a compliment, though. You want a tripleta? You want
Man, you know what you look like now, guys? I don't look like a young Justin Bieber there.
Young Justin Bieber. Is that Gaetano Mourinho right there?
Oh, man.
You're a top coach. That's such a compliment. Wow. The only thing is you complain, though, if you get that.
I think I'm looking at and I'm doing the other way.
It's backwards.
opposite.
Yeah.
Gaetano, you're one of those guys that does when you see somebody, like, you do the hair flip, right?
Before I lose all my hair.
Man. But the second half is underway. While I'm saying that, there's a lot of players. Everyone's saying Vlahovic, by the way.
There you go.
They're saying I'm Juve fan Vlahovic, Inter fan I'm Vlahovic.
Yeah, of course. We got to spend 100 million. He's the best 100 million right now.
That you can spend, right?
That you can spend, unless you get Kane.
Well, Kane's definitely up there.
Wait, would you take him instead? Considering the age difference, Gaetano, I think that's a huge
what's the age
part.
difference? I think it's 5 years. Right?
Only 5 years?
Oh, yeah, you go.
Kane is 29. He's not even 30 yet. Kane.
Yeah,
Vlahovic is 21.
Yeah, but
Oh,
you
really?
go with
That young? I thought he was
Kane.
23,
The guy's been playing the national team. He's scoring everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's 21
Vlahovic
years
still
old.
has to prove
I
it
thought he was 23,
at the highest level.
But what is that?
How old
seven,
is,
seven.
How old is Kane?
I would say about 28, 29.
I'll check.
He's not
Yeah.
30 yet. I don't think he's 30 yet.
You go.
He's 28 years old.
Yeah, for
So
the
a
same
7
price.
A 7-year difference.
Doesn't matter.
So what do you do?
I buy Kane, of course. I buy Kane.
7-year
Doesn't
difference.
matter.
Why does it matter? Of
Because
course
the guy,
it matters.
because the
Hold
guy,
on.
7 years.
because the guy's
Hold
been
on.
playing at the highest level with the national team and is scoring in every league. Vlahovic is only scored with Fiorentina, and he's only
the hardest league in the world to score in.
Every ball goes to him. He's the only center forward. If you go to Juventus, there's 5 players that won the ball. In Fiorentina, there's only one guy that wants the ball, and it's him.
Right.
So it's a totally different. I mean, if the price, I'm saying for the same price, you go with Kane, that you know the guy.
Also, Mike, I want to say one thing, too.
Oh, yeah.
Kane drops back. And then you see Kane making some beautiful passes, too. Starting to be making some great runs, and then Kane's giving him those beautiful balls.
So that we're clear, if we're talking about the same price.
Right.
If
Yeah,
it's not the
same
same
price,
price,
same
of
price.
course I go with Vlahovic, 21 years old. And
I think 7
all right,
years
so
is
guys, I
something
see
now.
a goal coming shortly.
Yeah,
eh?
Atalanta are definitely pressing.
I see a goal coming.
Oh, I thought that was it.
Atalanta pressing.
Atalanta are now messing around. Gasperini definitely told them off in the locker room.
And he put Malinowski in, eh? Did you
Yeah.
see that?
Let me say the things exactly because we're a little
Yeah,
bit
he
busy.
put Malinowski in. We'll see where he's going to go now.
So, Mike, everybody basically wants Vlahovic, huh?
Yeah, I'll read the other ones. Let me just check.
I mean, guys, what about those free transfers? I mean, Kessia is going to be a free transfer. No? Who else?
If he doesn't renew, yeah.
There's got to be a ton more coming
I
up.
think there's a few other guys.
I know Pogba is on a free if he doesn't renew his contract. I believe Jesse Lingard is also on a free if he doesn't renew his contract.
A Milan player said they want Martial.
Martial is a good player. He's a good player. Unfortunately, he just hasn't had enough playing time under Ole and under Manchester United lately.
Who's Sarr from Chelsea? A center back? Sarr?
Sarr? Sarr?
Is that a center back or no? Someone
From
said
Chelsea? Or I know there's a
Yeah.
Sarr from Watford. I don't know about Chelsea.
that. Huh.
The guy obviously doesn't start if he's playing for Chelsea.
Yeah. Huh. Scamacca. Someone said Scamacca for Inter. Someone said Frank Kessie for Manchester United. Juventus fans said Pogba.
Yeah. A lot of good players out there right now.
Pogba free transfer. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying the free transfers. What do you think about Pogba, Ryan? How's he been performing over there?
He's been hurt. He's been hurt.
Oh.
We haven't seen him on the field for like
you're
a month or 2
You're
months.
right. You're right. I forgot you
So,
told me.
For me right now, I'm a little frustrated with him. The guy just got a fresh haircut. He posted it, obviously.
Well, he's injured.
I
What do
feel
you
like
want
the
him to
haircut's
do?
more important than his performance levels. No, but Mike, we're being honest
Yeah.
here. You want to talk honesty?
Yeah.
All right? Oh,
Atalanta,
that's a corner.
huge
That's a
chance.
corner.
They tipped it over and they get a
You
corner
know-
from Malinowski.
We're all fans of the game, okay?
Sure.
Now, I'm more concerned about a guy making £300,000 a week To be on that field showing me you're worth £300,000 a week rather than a guy that sits home with his family hurt, but he's too worried about getting his hair cut and not about his rehab, getting fit to get back on that pitch. That's my issue. Show me that you're a Manchester United player. Show me that you're playing for that Manchester United badge. Don't show me that you're not loyal, that you're too worried about your hairstyle, what color he wants to dye his hair next week. That's not important. That's why, for me, if he leaves, I'm not too worried because United's still United with or without him. We were Manchester United when he left before, and we were still Manchester United when we, So, if whether he stays or leaves, we're still going to be United. And I hope that we could sign either Kessia, Declan Rice, and there's another one on my list. He's a young talent from Dortmund. I wish they would have signed him before Dortmund got him. Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham has been fantastic.
He's English, right?
Fantastic, yes. And he's been phenomenal.
Wow, okay. What do you think? Are Manchester United competing for the top four? Or do you think they're likely to make it, or is too much competition?
You know what?
How's it looking so far?
They dropped so many points that I don't know if they're going to be contending for the title. But you never know in football. I mean, Chelsea were dominating, and they've been dropping points nonstop. Liverpool have been lucky in matches. Man City have been lucky in matches. So you don't know what could happen.
But in terms of the top four,
United are not far off for top four.
Yeah, they're only 2 points away.
Yeah, they're not far off for top four. And I believe it's 11 from first place, if I'm not wrong. It's 11 from first place, if I'm not wrong. I think it's Liverpool or Man.
If they win their game. Man City won their game, so they're 41 points.
Well, United's the game or two behind because they've been postponed.
Yeah. They have a game in hand. Yeah. So if they win that game, it's gonna be 11.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look, Mike, we've seen stuff happen in football that we've never expected. So you don't know what's gonna happen.
Mike, can you tell me number 88 for Atalanta? What's his name?
Was he playing wing back?
No, he's playing behind the forward.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you. Pasalic. Let's see. I wonder what Mourinho came out, if he's sticking with the same thing.
Yeah, so Mourinho hasn't made any moves yet. But Gasperini has made any moves. And I'll tell you what moves he made. So this is what Gasperini did. So it's still Zapata is over here. So he's got Malinowski here now. He's got Pulisic here, and he's got Muriel here. So you see, he's got a lot of support for the center forward, all this guy. And then he has two wing backs. They stay wide. Number 13 for Atalanta. I don't remember his name. So this is the forward line, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they're putting a lot of pressure. So once you have 6 players all up there, you find room for Roma to counterattack. That's what happened.
Petzela, by the way, is the wing back. Petzela,
okay, Petzela is playing on the left side. Okay.
Yeah, left side.
He was playing...
instead of who Milan's usually plays.
He usually played in the middle with Fiorentina, right?
Yeah.
So he's playing there. So a lot of pressure. So a lot of moves from Gasperini. And no moves from Mourinho yet, but he feels on the counter-attack, they've been very successful. So he with Zaniolo, Abraham, and Mickey, so he's going to stick with that for the time being. I think at one point he needs to make some changes because there's just too much pressure right now being putting in Roma. And I feel if he stays like this, there's going to be another goal by Atalanta.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Atalanta's taking a more proactive attack over here, and this is the time for Gasperini's attack to go off. I can definitely see it happening. We got a comment here from Boo. He said, "Gaetano, why aren't there many successful foreign managers in Serie A? They say Mourinho is like the only one that sticks up.
Why isn't there
any foreign successful coaches in Serie A? Like they're saying, I guess mostly Italian. Has any other foreign ones have won a lot in Serie A? Or?
If you go back in Serie A, we did have a lot of foreign
managers.
But if you look at the last maybe 10, 15 years, I mean, we had some. Look at Italiano, what Italiano is doing this year. Look at what Conte has been successful everywhere. Ancelotti has been to the best team in the world. Ranieri won.
The Leicester.
So they're giving a chance to the young Italian coaches to emerge because they've been doing well. So if you have somebody home and you give them a chance and they're doing well, why go away? Unless you're going for the top, like a Zidane or Guardiola.
Yeah.
Those are always you go after. But if you're going to go for a good coach, there are a lot of good coaches. You look at Gattuso. Gattuso did pretty well. Now he's, in Napoli. I mean, Sarri had some of the... he had Napoli playing very well at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So there has been some good Italian coaches that have
but not
done
foreign.
well.
But not foreign. He was saying why is there a lack of foreign?
Because you have good coaches in the house.
It's Italian coaches.
Yeah, if
so
you
rather than buying abroad.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
why would you go? We had Garcia.
Rudy Garcia. That's
yeah,
right.
Rudy Garcia. I mean, coaches like that.
Zeman also, right?
Yeah, we have better coaches now than Garcia to go get a Garcia
or Fonseca.
Or
right?
Fonseca. Or you look at Italiano. Italianos do very well.
That's a good point. You know what that reminds me of actually? Speaking of like homegrown talent almost. Over the past few days, let me find here. Roberto Piccoli has won the best U21 player as an Italian player. And this is someone that only scored 8 goals last season. If you guys aren't familiar with him, because surprisingly a lot of people didn't know about him. He plays for Atalanta, born and raised in Atalanta and Bergamo's academy over there. And a lot of people are saying almost Italy's kind of in trouble if he won the best future player. And a lot of people are hinting at it's because they don't give enough chances. The Serie A clubs don't give enough chances to their youth and their primavera to kind of build these young players, and that's why you see a lack of younger talent, homegrown talent in Italy, compared to in France how they play their youngsters, in Germany how they play their youngsters, even in England, maybe not as much in England, but over there still more than Serie A. Grow their talent.
Spain
and they look, and Spain, especially Spain, I forgot about them, that grow broad. So that does make you think a little bit about it.
In Spain, they had this guy Pedri, I think is his name.
Oh yeah,
is.
He's like 18 years old.
And
playing for Barcelona.
The guy was
Spain.
playing. He was playing in the final, I think, of the nation.
But what does that make you think about?
There's a lot of pressure on the big teams like Milan, Inter, Juventus. There's a lot of pressure to win, and the fans, they demand a win more than seeing a young player develop. And this is what happens. Sometimes they don't give a chance to the young players to develop it because there's that pressure that you have to win the game, and you go for the name, and you go for the talent, and you go for the foreign name. So they think they're going to make you Brazilians. They think they're going to make you win the game. And that's been true in the past, yes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just looking at the starting lineup, I just want to say, Ryan, before you go, the only Italian that's in the starting lineup for Atalanta is Toloi, who's been naturalized Brazilian Italian, and it's not like he grew up in the system and stuff like that. But other than that, Atalanta are all non-Italian. Not saying anything wrong with that, of course, but it goes to show that this might be a problem for the future for the Azzurri. For a lot of these players, there's not a lot of Italian youngsters that are performing well. It's definitely a talking point of what goes on and stuff.
You want me to give you an example, Mike?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll give you an example in England, since I'm a Premier League guy.
Yeah.
Manchester United.
Yeah.
Mason Greenwood. Marcus Rashford. Right? Jesse Lingard. Those are all homegrown players for the England national team. They've all been called up the England national team.
Okay.
Bukayo Saka from Arsenal. homegrown player, Arsenal kid, came through the Arsenal system. He's also another one that's been called up for the national team.
Yeah.
You gotta give these youngsters a chance to show what they're capable of on the pitch. They all deserve a chance, And I like you said, Italy, it's concerning in the future because when it comes time for your national team selection, where you go from there,
Yeah, if your players aren't playing and they don't have that room to develop, how are you gonna be? It's one thing about the Liga, then it's another thing about the Azzurri, because it's not like you can be buying players in the Mercato. You're gonna have to use players like that. So like Ryan was saying, it's something to think about. It is a little concerning to think about that, but I guess we'll see. Piccoli's good, but I would never expected someone like him to win the best U21 player. It's not like he's even a starter. He doesn't play. He doesn't play very often. When he does come in, it'd be the last 10-15 minutes, if that, and that's if they're winning or just
look
to
at
give
Pedri.
him experience.
Mike Pedri from Barcelona.
Oh yeah,
The kid is phenomenal.
Yeah. That guy's gonna be the next big
came
thing,
through the Barcelona
sure.
system, and he just won the award for. What's the award called for the youngster, for the golden boy or something like that?
Something
whatever
like
the
that,
case
yeah.
is. But that's another example. And he was playing in the Euros for Spain. And honestly, I was so impressed by his performance at the Euros. So,
okay. There's people saying there is still some youngsters we can say like Raspadori, Tonali that are coming up, Luca Pellegrini from Juventus. So there is still some, but it's definitely a talking point. I'm saying compared to the other leagues, I do feel like the other leagues are definitely France use a lot of youngsters.
They do give a bit
much more chances to the youngsters.
Chances,
and
but
I think they should be.
But that also is from the fans. The fans from those top teams are very demanding, and once you lose, once you lose, 3-4 games, they want the coach. They want the coach out, and I'm not even talking about the top teams. Even Fiorentina, when the Iachini he lost a few games, there was a demand to get rid of him, and they did get rid of him because a lot of pressure from the fans and from the media. So the coaches they know that if you go to Italy, and they'll go for the. Instead of giving the youngsters,
they'll go to protect their job first.
Right.
Which, in a sense, you can't blame them because Serie A is extremely demanding and stuff like that. And that also reminds me of another topic that I want to bring about: how the coaches, compared to other leagues, they don't get a lot more time.
I mean, our audience probably will not be informed, but I'll put it up there for the people that have been watching soccer for a long time. In the 80s, Italy had the best players in the world. If you I remember Zico, top player, one of the best Brazilian, number 10. Falcao, excellent player in the midfield. Cerezo, Zidane, Platini, Maradona, they all played in Italy. One of the top. In 1982, Italy won the World Cup.
Now, compared to that generation to this generation, Gaetano, did you see throughout the Serie A teams, were there a lot of younger homegrown talent being played? How would you describe that to now? Like, do you see differences in that? Like, much more youth coming out?
No, I mean, there were some talent. I mean, we did that.
Oh, Tammy almost had a big chance. Zaniolo shoots. Goes wide.
I mean, there were some talent that they came through, which we don't have now. But at that time, like I said, there was a lot of foreigners in Italy playing, and
that was when it was the best league in the world.
Right,
at the time,
in the top.
too, so
I mean, and there a lot of center forwards, a lot of number 10.
Yeah.
But we were able to develop. We have Paolo Rossi.
Paolo Rossi, I know.
You know, we had
Passed away a year ago.
Yeah, recently.
We had Bruno Conte from Roma. Was what a wing!
Great.
I mean, the guy played like he could dribble people like a Brazilian. We could dribble, and
Montella was very good also, right?
Yeah. That no, I'm talking about in the 1980s. We had an excellent goalkeeper. We had a tough defense, and then we had good midfielders, and we had people in the front who were creative, like Bruno Conte. There was Paolo Rossi. There was
what was
Antonioni. There was Graziani. I mean, we had excellent players.
For you, Gaetano, being Italian,
I think that
watching.
that 1982 team that was what a
I
team.
believe our friend Paulie, the boxer Mount Naji, he said the same thing. I asked him that question one day. I said, "Let me ask you, 06 or that team that you grew up watching when you were younger in the 90s?" You know, when
1982.
He said, "Oh, it's gotta be the 90s."
You think much better, like hands down?
Yeah, there was more.
Wow.
I think there was a lot of talent. Even though, I mean, 2006, we didn't have that center forward.
Tardelli, two sons there.
Oh, Tardelli! Wow, what a player!
Shout out to drums.
Yeah. We didn't have that center forward, but everybody scores, contributed. Totti contributed, Del Piero contributed, and we had players that you would think that that they would never contribute, but they came through and they scored goals.
They showed up, right?
Yeah, and they showed up. So everybody in 1982 was Paolo Rossi was incredible. I mean, he started with 3 goals against Brazil, then he scored another 2 goals against Argentina, then he scored against Poland, then he scored against Germany. It was unbelievable.
Well, you know he's good because the Capocannoniere trophy is called the Paolo Rossi Award too, so it's named after such an incredible player that can score so many goals like that.
Oh, in the last podcast I made a mistake. I said the 1990 World Cup team. I wasn't. Possible offside. Possible offside.
From the corner equalized, but Gaetano's saying they might take it off because it's offside. But
there
let's
could
see.
be a foul though. Because Roma was going after the ref
67th minute, 68th minute. Looks like Atalanta got the equalizer. Not sure.
Wow.
Not sure if they're checking if it's offsides or not. It looks like
the
it's
goal.
stand.
The referee said it's a goal. Let me see.
Wow, great from Zapata.
Let me see.
What do you think?
Oh, I see something.
Is it good or no?
I think this has to be reviewed.
They're not giving it.
I think this has to be reviewed. I saw something.
What you see?
Zapata. I saw something on Zapata.
You think he was holding or something?
Possible offside.
Well, there is a possible offside.
On the corner?
No, because Zapata.
Offside.
Yeah.
Offside?
Yeah. No, because Zapata touched the ball. I said it right away. It's a possible offside. But I needed to review it again. Wow. It was on the goal line.
I got to see this again.
On the goal line, there's a possible.
Mean? I'm so confused. I thought it was the holding.
Yeah, there was a holding. There was a holding by Zapata, but then Zapata touched the ball, and then somebody else touched the ball.
Oh, okay. So it was after the corner.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Wow. Okay. So,
yeah.
So the goal gets disallowed due to offside and almost.
So for the ones that are watching, I thought I saw. Okay, look.
Oh, you're right. Who is that?
Palomino.
Yeah.
It was Palomino.
There you go. You're right.
Yeah,
I thought Zapata got to them, but he didn't get the last touch.
No, Palomino. I saw that right away.
This is the better angle.
Last touch.
Yeah, he's off.
Yeah.
Was that going in or no?
Cristante, no.
No, it was not going in.
It wasn't
but
going
I saw right away it was offside. But I also saw that Atalanta was going to score a goal, and I said about 10 minutes.
I didn't think he touched it, though.
Me neither. I didn't think so either.
No, I saw that he touched it.
I didn't see
and
him
I said about 10 minutes ago,
yeah, you called it
show Muradov came in and Zaniolo out.
Wow, I'm shocked.
I saw a goal coming for Atalanta. I said it 10 minutes ago, 9 minutes ago, and that was close, very, very close. And I said that Mourinho needed to make some adjustments, which he did not make, and they scored a goal, and it was inches away.
So this is a wake-up call for Mourinho right
Yes,
now. A
yes.
big wake-up call.
So now it took Zaniolo, it took a forward for a forward.
Wow.
A nice ball.
And now Roma are on the counter-attack.
Definitely a good game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hit it.
Oh, Shomurodov hit it kind
What
of.
was that?
Couldn't hit it correctly. They had a big chance.
What
but
a great
Atalanta
game.
got-
This is
awesome.
this is a great game.
For sure. But to go back to our conversation a little bit, we were talking about, I feel like, from the top 5 leagues, I do feel like the Serie A is the most demanding in terms of what they expect from the manager, and they don't give enough time compared to the other leagues. And apparently, for the Christmas dinner, Lotito, Lazio's president, has said, I approve the renewal by Sarri's contract by 2 years automatically. And I think overall, even though Lazio and Sarri haven't been really gelling recently, I think it's really good and assuring to give confidence to your coach so you don't feel under a hot seat after just a few months. And I feel like this should be brought upon everyone else in the league, because after a couple of losses, like Gaetano was saying before, you're scrambling, you're scared, like, oh, what's going on if I don't win this game? And you don't think straight almost, and it makes you almost perform worse. And this
and you know
refreshing
what
to see.
happens, and the players know that.
And
the players know that, and the players know. Oh,
they play with nerves.
Yes, and the players say, oh, if we lose the next game, the coach is out.
So they feel, you feel bad for your coach. You're playing for your coach's job, essentially, no?
That's also too. But if you are one of the players that
Whoa! Chris Smalling!
What a
From
goal.
what we thought Atalanta equalized, but Roma make the advantage bigger. They make it 3-1 in the 72nd
What
minute.
a goal.
Wow.
So this is what happens. You go from the 2-2, you don't score the goal, and now you're pressing with 6 players, while the counter-attack is very good for, even though this is a set play.
Wow. I can't believe that.
Wow.
What a ball in.
Smalling.
What a ball. Was that Veretout
Smalling.
that sent it in? Veretout, incredible assist. Smalling as a center back got his ankle to the end of it.
You like Smalling?
I like Smalling. Great player.
Me too.
Oh, man.
Me too. I think
when Smalling's on, he's a very
I
good.
think this guy is a great player, not only defensively, but when he goes up, he's got the header. He's got
man.
And now Mourinho got what he came for. He said, we're going to Bergamo to win the game, and I think it's going to come with a winning. So he was inches away from a tie. Are they looking at something? I don't think it was. There was no offside. I thought of the offside, but I think it was not offside. I looked at it on the replay, and I didn't see any offside. And this is what happened. You're inches away from 2-2, getting a tie, getting a point, and this is the way soccer goes. And now you're going to lose this game. I think Atalanta is done for today.
You don't think so? You don't think they
It's
can
done.
equalize?
I think it's done.
Gaetano's stamp of approval. Gasperini, you hear that?
I think Atalanta is done, but I will make another change for Roma.
How crazy is this? From that offside, from being 2-2, Roma are up 3-1.
It was only inches away.
Only inches away. And,
I mean, it was only inches away from an offside.
That is crazy. That is crazy. But it just goes to show how crazy. I mean, this league, how insane it's been recently. But let's see. 75th minute. I mean, 2 goals. It's not. If it's one team to score 2 goals in 15 minutes, it would be Atalanta. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was like another team that doesn't score that much, like maybe a Juventus, it'll be. I would say it's over. But I don't know. You never know. I'm not counting anything out.
Mike, I just want to go back really quick to what you were saying about, punishment for the managers, not getting the performances, and knowing the job's on the line after a streak of losses.
Exactly.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Please, anybody, tell me if I'm wrong. But one way that I look at it, it's easy to blame the manager.
it's the easiest
the tactical, the tactics, this and that. But I have to look at it this way as well, Mike. You also have to blame the players. You do.
You do have to blame players.
Therefore, they need to pay the consequences as well. And what I mean by that is, Pogba's on $300,000 a week. All right, so you've lost 3 matches in a row. You've been very poor. You're taking a pay cut this week coming up.
The only thing with it messes with the contract. You can't just do that that.
But it should be stated in the contract based off performance-wise.
No one's gonna be footballers anymore, Gaetano.
You have to punish the players, Mike. Sitting the guy on the bench still doesn't punish him because guess what? He's still going home with that £300,000 a week.
Yeah, but those are legal issues, though. That's a whole different thing.
No, you have to punish
the offside.
Yeah, the offside. Yeah, clear offside. But at the end of the day, it is easier to sack a manager rather than terminate 20 player roster in the squad. No, but I do like.
I'm not saying terminate. What I'm saying is,
but you can't do that.
None of them get paid for 1 week. That's your punishment because.
But that's illegal. That's also illegal, though, Ryan. You can't do that in terms of contract.
So the way it works, in this business is.
Automatic pay.
I mean, listen.
You play 2 games and you're doing well and you score a couple of goals. All of a sudden, you want more money.
Right.
I need an increase. Right. So you sign a contract for 3 years at $2 million a year. Right. You scored a few goals. Hey, I'm worth $3 million.
Right.
And if you don't give it to me, I'm going to leave. I'm going to look for another team.
Right.
But if you have a bad performance, you don't go and say, hey, I had a bad performance. Instead of $2 million, give me $1 million. That never works out.
You're right. Valid point. But what I think is, I think they'd rather take the pay cut for the week than get a belt to the head. Okay? Because if I'm a manager, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking my belt off and I get in that dressing room and I'm letting them know.
And that's
not how you play.
And that's why you're not a manager, right?
I support you. You support me. That's other choice.
But Gaetano, what do you think?
That's the old school way, no, Gaetano? Like if you were in school back in the day, you didn't do your homework. You go in and you said something back to the teacher. The belt came out, no?
But and we realized that was wrong, and that's why that doesn't happen. But Gaetano, what do you think? Oh, Atalanta, Milan should almost score. But what do you think about that?
All jokes aside, the players have to they have to be disciplined as well. You can't just let them off with it, Mike. It goes both ways. As much as you say it's the manager, it's the players as well.
100%. There's definitely a fault on both sides. But Gaetano, what do you think about that just in general? Giving more time to the coach and not immediately sacking them, showing that you're the support. I feel like that has to be more well known.
I agree with that. Like I said, the players know you lose 3-4 games in a row. Yeah. The players know, hey, I don't like this coach. You know something, if we lose the next game, he's going to be out. That's no good. So one of the most successful teams in Italy was AC Milan during the Sacchi years when Berlusconi bought the team. And the team was doing pretty bad. And they knew that going into this game, if Milan would have lost the game again, probably Sacchi would have been sacked. What changed the history of Milan and what changed the great, which Berlusconi won everything and Sacchi won everything, is that Berlusconi went into the locker room and said to the players, this is your coach. He's going to be here for many years. You, as the players, if you do not perform, each one of you at a time, I'm going to get rid of you. From that game on, they started winning, and then everybody knows the history of
I like that, though, because it shows the complete opposite of how it is now. Now it's opposite. Now if you don't perform, you're out, and the players are good.
What year was that, guy?
That was in the 80s.
80s,
We're
90s?
in 2021, where you can get whatever you want.
Sacchi, when the Sacchi got to AC Milan.
Yeah, but you can get whatever you want, whenever you want, Gaetano, these days. So guess what? If that was to be said today, I understand. That's a perfect point.
No, Sacchi got there afterwards.
But 87 to 91.
87, okay.
Yeah, and I respect that. I like the way the guy handled that. I mean, that's the way it should be. But now...
Yeah, but that it's because the president and the coach, they were together.
Yes.
And they showed to the players, hey, these guys are together. We're going to be out if we don't perform. Instead, what happens now is sometimes that the president and the coach, they are separate. They're not united. They're not talking the same language. And sometimes the coaches criticize the club and the club criticize. And this is what happens.
It's a fair point. But then again, nowadays, I mean, you say that to the players going to be like, all right, get rid of me. Okay, no problem. Because back then, money was very different too. Back then,
you didn't get that much money.
Now, you want to get rid of me? No problem. All right. Van Persie, he left Arsenal to come to his other big rival, Manchester United, to win a league and for the money. We paid him more money, and he came. It's very easy for a player just to get up and go, all right, no problem. Where if you tell them you're not getting paid, you're going to see a difference in their performance.
The salaries back then, too, Gaetano, it's not like they were making too much money, right?
No.
Were all of them full-time in terms of financially stable?
Yeah, I mean, they would. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how far back it was at a time. A lot of them had to get other jobs because it wasn't enough.
Not for Serie A and not for the top 10 teams.
Okay. Oh, but the bottom half, maybe it's different?
Well, they were not, making, to be rich. But the top teams, they all made
enough to pay the bills, you're
into
saying?
The millions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone said Ryan would be driving all the players away from the club.
Yeah, you don't want to play for me?
Yeah, no, of course, Ryan was kidding. So it was just.
Gaetano, what do you think about me if I was to become a manager? How do you think I would do? If I became Manchester United's manager tomorrow, I think United.
Wow!
Match 4-1. Roma.
Turn out the lights. Turn off the lights.
In Bergamo,
I told them on 3-1. I said the game is over.
Wow.
2 goals by Abraham.
2 goals by Tammy. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was the answer for Abraham. I like him.
Abraham's a good player.
Yeah, he's good. And now he gave him the support that he needed, and this is a big, big win.
This is a huge win. Wow. Tammy, great job by Tammy. Even though they got a little fortunate with that, the election.
Yeah.
Go to him.
Yeah. But is that the right place at the right time?
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
So now he comes back a little bit, and other players go inside the area. Was that
Shomurodov?
Right. So Shomurodov get to the right side. Veretout went inside the area. He was behind, and this is things that happen. That's exactly what we explained before. That now they have more support for Abraham.
I'm very, very happy and pleasantly surprised by Mourinho.
No, I'm not surprised.
No? They're playing in Bergamo.
It doesn't matter. I'm not surprised because Mourinho has got those, like I said to you before, when he was with Inter, Chelsea never lost a game at home. He went there and he beat them for the first time. So he is capable of, for one game to set up the right team and to go there and go away and put pressure and play counter-attack. He defended well. He played counter-attack. In the first half, they were deadly in the counter-attack.
Wow. But as it stands,
and Gasperini, this is a lesson for you now. Where's Antonio? Is he on the fishing boat?
Yeah.
I love to rub it in. Antonio.
You mess with him.
Hello, Antonio. Antonio, hello.
Oh, man. But as
what a lesson from Mourinho.
4 goals against them. That's a
so I think the last time they played each other was about 10 years ago.
Oh, there's actually a stat.
Can you check?
Yeah.
I think Mourinho and Gasperini. I think the last time was about 10 years ago. Ooh, what a shot.
There's another stat that came to mind. I want to see the last time. Wow,
that was a great shot.
Roma haven't beaten Atalanta since 2017.
4 years. Wow. Long time.
So that's a statement. I mean, considering 4 years, you play them twice a year at least. Considering if you don't play them in Coppa Italia or something like that, it's big. Especially playing in Bergamo. This is This is a statement win for sure, and maybe this could be a turn of events for Roma too, because we've criticized them a lot this season. I feel like, and they have been. Playing up to.
We criticized them, but then I remember Marco saying, "Hey, they're in fifth place." I mean, where else do they belong? They're in fifth place. I mean, Milan is better, Inter is better, Napoli is better, and Atalanta is better. I mean, that's where they belong. They belong in fifth place.
Are
now,
they better than Juve or no?
Yeah. They're in fifth place now. And if
Fiorentina, Juventus, and Lazio.
If Juventus wins today,
no, they're tied. They'll be tied. But if Fiorentina win, they're going to go over them.
Huh?
If Fiorentina win, they're going to go over them.
Yeah.
They're going to have 2 more points than them.
Right. But I'm saying, they are fifth right now, right?
Yeah, right
they're
now
fifth place. That's where they belong. Now, if they would make Champions League, that would be incredible. He needs a couple of more players. And then...
what player do you think... what positions? Not even player. Where do you think he needs the most help in?
Who's this guy?
Calafiori. He's a left full back. He's a young player.
Young Italian player. Yeah.
He's developing. He did well in the beginning. He had a few assists.
Good games.
He likes to go down.
He bombs the left wing
goes
down.
to the left.
Oh, yeah.
So this is what happens when you play the 3-5-2. Those guys, the wing backs, they do a lot of running up and down, and most of the time you can't finish the game. So that's why he's probably going to take Vigna out.
Wow. But I haven't seen Atalanta.
I mean, I didn't expect 4-1. I haven't seen Atalanta lose like this in a very, very long time.
Well, they keep going forward. They were losing 2-1. You got to keep forward. They were attacking with 6 players. So that's what happens.
All the games I see Atalanta are always until the last minute in the match, but Roma extinguished them with like 30 minutes to go. You don't see that at all.
Well, they were very close to the 2-2.
That's true. Imagine
they were. If they scored 2-2,
it would have been a completely different game.
Totally different game, and then anybody could have won that game. 2-2, anybody could win, and I think probably Atalanta would have had a better chances to win. But you don't score the 2-2, and they scored the 3-1, and the game is over.
So all of our predictions are wrong, and I'm sure everyone else in the comments. Let me know if you guys had Roma to win.
But I said it before the start of the podcast that Mourinho went to Bergamo to win this game. That's what he said yesterday.
I want to hear his post-match comments. He's gonna be very happy.
I don't know what their predictions were.
Whose? Oh, they weren't on pre-match because it was early.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if Marco had it in his. Oh no, actually in the morning, Marco. He didn't say a score, but he said Atalanta's gonna win. He didn't say a score though. But I feel most of us predicted that. It's not a crazy thing.
I am telling you
Atalanta's
that yesterday I read the comments. The top coaches and top players in Italy, they all got Atalanta. And I'm talking about top Capello, Sacchi, Bergomi. They all took Atalanta.
So we don't feel as bad, right, Gaetano? That's what you're saying?
No, but this is the beauty. This is the beauty. Yeah. I thought that what I thought at the beginning is that Roma could get a point out of this game. They got 3 points. That's great.
Why are you so confident?
That's the beauty of the game.
Just because of his comments, that's why you were confident? Because he said we're going to go over there to win? Is that the thing that swayed you?
Yeah. He's not scared. Some coaches, they go and they're scared. And he was not scared. Hey, I'm going there to win the game. I'm not going there for a tie. I'm going there to win. And that gives also confidence to the players.
That's true. Wow, great stuff, though. Great stuff from Mourinho. Hopefully, this could be the building blocks for him for the rest of the season and do something incredible, especially because the Mercato is around the corner. And, they're going to be backing him a lot more, showing, listen, I could do incredible stuff. I just need a couple more signings.
They need 2-3 players, and they could compete with the top.
No,
I like the goalie. I like
Patricio.
I like Patricio. I like Smalling. I like Mancini. I mean, and they doing without Pellegrini.
Ibanez is there too. Yeah, Pellegrini's not there.
You know, Pellegrini is not there. Pellegrini's right. I think that
Gaetano.
I think that they need another guy to score goals. You know,
a striker, like another like attacking midfielder, kind of a winger / winger.
I think they need another forward.
Another forward.
Yeah, there's somebody that helps Abraham to score goals, and Zaniolo, he hasn't scored, like I said,
this is his first Serie A goal of the
180
season.
days.
There's a first Serie A goal of the season,
Yeah,
so it goes to show.
You know, so he needs. If you look at the big teams, on the top teams, if you want to be in the top 4, you need 2 players that that score goals. Plus, you need some midfielders that go inside and they score goals too.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure.
Now, Gaetano, you think Roma are gonna finish in the top 4 this year?
No, 5.
Wow. So you think they get the Europa spot, not Champions League?
Right.
Wow.
Kumbula and Bove coming in for Veretout and Tammy.
What do you think, Mike? As far as Roma finishing in the top 4?
It's tough,
I mean,
man.
that's what you bring Mourinho for, though. You brought him in to get you into the Champions League spot.
Okay, but he's been there for 6 months. You know, you need to
time.
give him more time, and
no?
you need to give him the players. Like you said it. The players are very important.
Yeah, you're right.
So
100%.
But Ryan, I'd give him more than a season to do that. Yeah, I brought him to build a project, and a project isn't built in one season only. It takes
Ole came in
multiple
when
years.
United were in 7th or 8th place and brought him into the Champions League. You do know that, right?
But look at the players that they have at Manchester United, and look at the players they have. It's a big difference.
Goes both ways, though. People want to say, "Oh, the manager's coming in though to get into the Champions League."
Yeah, 100%. But it helps if you have your midfielder costs $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course it does. But it'll be incredible if they make top 4. But for this season, it's not expected. And I think Gaetano was talking about that a little bit before. You got to give these time. It takes time to build something. It takes time. But yeah, just a couple more minutes of extra time before we see, and we still have plenty of other matches for the rest of the Saturday games also. We have Bologna Juventus coming up at 12, and we also have Cagliari Udine at 2:45. So
man,
one more minute left. What are you gonna say, Ryan?
No, I'm just laughing at something. As you know, Paulie's a Milan fan. He likes Milan.
Mm-hmm.
He likes AC Milan. If anybody knows who Paulie is, he's been on the channel a few times. 2-time world champ boxing. And I posted the video as well on my thing of Marc and Antonio.
Oh yeah.
With Milan screwing up the Udinese.
I gotta show Gaetano.
I gotta show Gaetano that video. Did you show him yet?
I didn't show. I'll show him.
And Paulie's commenting on it, saying, "Man, that ain't right, bro."
So Ryan was messing with Antonio when they were losing to Udinese last week. I'll show you the video. It was cracking up.
I asked Mike, "What's the score?" He said it's 1-1, right, or something like that. With a tie at the moment.
Or they were losing at the moment. They tied last.
They were losing at the moment. I said, "Oh yeah, get your phone out. Watch this." So that's when the entrance happened, and Antonio wasn't happy. He didn't like it.
I'll show you after. But guys,
can you get Antonio on the boat where he's fishing and see if he's seasick now? Maybe or if he's eating pulpo.
Oh man,
he's probably not happy on the boat right now. But we know someone who is happy. Mourinho, that won 4-1 against Atalanta at Bergamo. Right now, sit in 5th place, looking for that Champions League spots, looking closer for them. So great stuff from them. Let's see what Marco has to say about this.
Should we show Gaetano, Mike?
I'll show him. We'll show him.
Let me hear this. They come.
They lost 3-0. They didn't touch the ball. But looking back at that now, I think
Cristante, former Atalanta player, by the way.
And AC Milan.
Yeah, that's right. Milan, that's so many players.
Well, one of the nicest guy. I met Cristante.
He seems like a nice guy. He's very quiet,
One
right?
of the nicest guy you want to meet.
Really, huh? Great job from
Cristante, if you're listening, I want your shirt signed.
He said, didn't he tell you that
Yeah.
when you were talking to him?
Yeah, one of the managers said, when you get to the national team, don't forget about Gaetano.
That's funny. He's still young. He's not old, right?
I like the fact they give their shirts out to the fans.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Oh, he's 26. He's our age, 26 years old, 95.
He's in the prime.
Yeah. It shows Tammy going to the wake section where all the Roma fans are. There are a lot of traveling fans, right? It's not that close, too. The cities there's a good distance between them. Let's see. I want to say the next games for Roma, too. Gaetano, the next games for Roma are Sampdoria, Milan, Juventus. How many points could you see realistically coming out? If Mourinho says we're going there for a win, how many points do you see?
Roma games, Atalanta.
No, Roma. Roma playing Sampdoria, Milan, Juve. Next 3 games. Do they get 9 out of 9? Or what?
I'm just listening to what Marco
Oh,
said.
yeah. Let's see.
It's like the feelings I get for him is like I absolutely love that he won the treble. I respect his career so much, his knowledge of the game. When he does the antics and it's not coming off, it's hard to watch. It's like it's almost clown-like some of the stuff he does, and then like not getting the results, the excuses in the media, and it's hard to be a fan of him when he does that. But then again, a performance like today and it works, and all the emotions he has on the sidelines, it's like for me, it's like I'm his biggest fan again. So for me, it's a hate-love relationship with Mourinho. But it is, and I think a lot of people feel that way. At least I hope a lot of people feel that way. Don't you think some of them are justified though? Some of the excuses that he gives, like I hear them, and yes, maybe sometimes he does go over the line. But realistically, like I'm like, he's right. He's right about the players. I mean, when he's coming out,
Yeah, Marco is justifying Mourinho's mind games. We could have said in the beginning how we say he's coming up with excuses. He is right in a sense, but sometimes you can't say it a little too much. You know what I'm saying? Right. He tries to protect. He tries to cushion himself a little bit too much, and it doesn't look good on his part. But when he wins, it looks good. Just when he loses, it doesn't look good.
When you win, you could dress up like a clown,
literally, and no one say anything.
Everybody loves you.
Exactly.
So.
It's true. And Bologna and Juventus are coming
I
out.
remember some of those tennis players,
Yeah.
If you dress up like a clown and you lose, and everybody hates you.
Oh, yeah.
If you dress up like a clown, you win. Oh, look at this guy. Yeah, so that's the way it is.
Yeah,
so Mourinho, you win, you could say anything you want. Everybody in Rome is going to love you. And right now he's in 5th place. If things roll out the way, a little bit on this way, he's going to remain in 5th place, and that's where he belongs.
For now, yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see their Mercato too in January, because if you get some pretty good signings, who knows what you can push for.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But, yeah. Anything, guys, last things to add before we go off? And we're not going to be streaming, but there is a Juventus-Bologna game later. Then Cagliari are also playing for the 2:45 p.m. Eastern versus Udine.
And then tomorrow, the big one.
Yeah, we're going to definitely be streaming that one. Milan versus Napoli. I'm trying to get Ludovico for that match. He said he'll try his best to come, but no guarantees, so it'll be good to have him for that.
What time is that game? Is it
2:45?
I won't be here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you got to give us your prediction though, regardless. It could be tomorrow. It doesn't have to be now.
No, I can tell you now.
Oh boy. Okay.
Milan is gonna win.
Wow. What's the score?
That's tough because there's a lot of injuries on both sides. Actually,
Yeah.
there's a considerable.
That's gonna make it interesting.
That's true. We can see who has a deeper bench. Yeah.
I can give you the score later tomorrow.
You guys to check the
But Milan's gonna.
Formazione.
Yeah, Milan's gonna win.
Okay. Wow. I still gotta see. the lineups, and before I make my judgment, I'll talk about it tomorrow. But Ryan, any last things, or you were definitely surprised by this result because I think all the pundits too on Sky also were surprised considering them.
I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow in Milan Napoli.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be a good one. I'm hoping Napoli get 3 points. I want to see Napoli get back up on that ladder, and I would have liked to have seen them won the Scudetto this year, Napoli.
Wow. I mean, they are separated by 3 points, so if Napoli do beat Milan, they're going to be tied on points.
But then 4 points behind first place Inter, correct?
Then it's going to be 4 points behind Inter, who are in first place. Yeah, so it's going to be a gap for there. But let's see, and Atalanta are right between them with 37 points, not being able to take any points.
Definitely going to be a good game, definitely.
For sure, yeah. But guys, thanks for everyone joining in. Ryan, Gaetano, thanks for joining us on this morning game. The magic of Serie, it's incredible. And guys, if you're not watching it, make sure click the link below for Paramount. Thank you for the exclusive partners with them. So definitely check that out. We'll see you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's stream. And Forza Serie, guys.
Thanks.
Ciao guys. We'll see ya.